How could a man of God, someone I trusted and respected, almost cost me the love of my life? Please like this story and subscribe to the channel as it helps the channel. It all started when I first met Paul. We were at a church function, and I was immediately drawn to his kind and gentle nature. We struck up a conversation, and I was impressed by his intelligence and sense of humor. But as we talked, I couldn't help but notice that he wasn't a member of our church. At the time, my pastor was a huge influence in my life. He had been my spiritual leader for years, and I trusted his guidance implicitly. So when I told him about my new acquaintance, he was quick to express his concerns. "I don't think he's the right man for you," he said. "He's not a member of our church, and I don't know if he shares our values." I was taken aback by his words. I had never thought that my pastor would disapprove of someone I was interested in so easily. But as I reflected on our conversation, I started to doubt my own judgment. Maybe my pastor was right. Maybe I was making a mistake by pursuing a relationship with someone outside of our church. As the days went by, I found myself pulling away from Paul. I stopped returning his calls, and I avoided spending time with him. I was convinced that my pastor knew best, and that I needed to trust his guidance. But as time went by, I started to notice the emptiness and sadness that had crept into my heart. I missed the warmth and connection I shared with Paul, and the distance between us felt unbearable. One day, while praying and seeking guidance, I felt a gentle nudge in my spirit. It was as if God was whispering to me, "What are you doing? Why are you pushing away someone I have brought into your life?" In that moment, I realized that I had been letting my pastor's opinions and my own fears dictate my decisions. I saw that I had been living in doubt and uncertainty, rather than trusting in God's plan and my own heart. I also started to notice the ways in which Paul had been trying to reach out to me, even when I was pulling away. He had been patient, kind, and understanding, and I saw that his love for me was genuine and true. As I looked back on my actions, I saw that I had been wrong to doubt Paul and our relationship. I realized that I had almost missed out on a beautiful love story, and that God had been guiding us towards each other all along. With this newfound understanding, I knew I had to make things right. I reached out to Paul, apologized for my mistakes, and asked for his forgiveness. To my surprise, he was gracious and understanding. He told me that he had been hurt by my distance, but he still cared for me deeply. We started spending time together again, and our relationship grew stronger than ever. Looking back, I realized that my pastor's influence was not entirely benign. While he may have had good intentions, his words almost cost me the love of my life. I learned a valuable lesson about trusting my own instincts and not letting others dictate my relationships. In the end, Paul and I got married, and we have been together ever since. We still attend church, but we also make sure to trust our own hearts and minds. We know that God speaks to us in many ways, and sometimes that means ignoring the opinions of others and following our own path. Have you ever felt like you have been misled by someone you trust and look up to? Share your story with us in the comment section. Please don't forget to like this story, share and subscribe to the channel in order to become part of the family.